I'm going to attempt to learn the knowledge of Luxembourg, and I've only got 24 hours to do it. When I looked at it on a map yesterday, this looked like a piece of piss.
I make friends with the local police.
Uh-oh, 5-0. Crap, what are they going to think of my cab?
Drive around in a circle.
Right, I have no clue. I've just gone round in a giant circle, I think.
I'm going to be assessing myself on the runs that I've learned. I'll be using GeoGuessr to assess if I actually know the area. What is it? Why? Oh, come on, just stick there. But I'm not looking forward to this. And most difficult of all, point-to-point knowledge, just like we have to do on the London knowledge.
Underneath the Passerelle Viaduct for Rue de Prague, left Boulevard de la Petrus.
What have you done for yourself, Tom? Even my GPS is up now. It's like, I ain't got a clue.
I don't know if this challenge is going to be incredibly easy, or if I'm biting off more than I can chew. Let's go complete the first run.
This is route number 1. How about this? So we're going to be going from the Theatre National du Luxembourg to Hall Victor Hugo Sport.
Visiting any city can be pretty overwhelming. So in order to aid my knowledge journey, I made my own Blue Book runs. These are routes that start and finish in different points across the city, but as you add more and more routes, you gradually crisscross the city from different angles, and thus giving you the best exposure to the city in the shortest possible time.
And this is exactly how a Blue Book is laid out. You have no idea whether you're missing a turn, whether you're driving past the turn that you need. What you can do is revise it before you start going. You know, you maybe have a look on your map before you leave, sort of follow it on the map and you've got a rough idea. I'm just going to go in blind. So we're going to leave on left route the long way. So it's here, look, see, National Theatre du Luxembourg. So I just want to interrupt the run quickly to let you know the sponsor of today's video, and that is of course YFood. YFood have helped me out massively on this channel, but today, here in Luxembourg, today is a bank holiday. You know what they do in Europe? They shut everything on a bank holiday. The only thing I've been to, there was a coffee shop open and McDonald's. So insert YFood. Not only are these incredibly tasty, because they come in a huge range of flavours, and you'd be forgiven for assuming that these are actually some sort of a cheat meal or a milkshake, because they taste so damn good. They taste like a real awesome creamy milkshake. But there's a perfect blend of carbohydrates, protein and fats. They've just been an absolute lifesaver for me on this trip. They're made from long life milk, meaning you haven't got to keep them refrigerated. They're just good to go, you can keep them in your bag. They're actually lactose free as well, so they're not going to sit heavy in the stomach. Or if you're not into milk, then they do vegan options as well, available on their website. YFood are giving you a full 10% off your entire order. You can use that as many times as you like. Just use my code TAXI-YouTube or click the link in the description down below and you'll automatically get that applied. Thanks again to YFood. Thanks again for sorting me out. I'd be pretty damn hungry if it weren't for them. And yeah, let's go. And we go forward Avenue du 10 September. What's 10? It's 10, isn't it? And we go forward Avenue Montreuil and get a left into Boulevard Joseph II. So I want to be seeing these signs changing from forward Avenue Montreuil. Avenue du 10 September, bosh. Now we're going to get at some point a left into Boulevard Joseph II. Could be that one. The whole idea of this process is that you're physically having to forge those new connections in your brain by making the mistakes or making the correct turns, by looking at the signages around you. If you just follow it on a sat-nav, you get there, but it doesn't prompt you to physically inject it into your brain. And that's what I want, that aha moment when it all comes to light. Are we on Avenue Montreuil yet? And sometimes just do these runs a couple of times because they're really taking the roads, you know? I mean, all these houses are like bloody haunted houses. They're like chateau, sort of like chateau style houses, right? Forward, I've only done 2 streets. It's Halloween, look, all the kids are at Halloween. Happy Halloween. Ooh. I know I'm going to be getting a left turn at some point, so I might as well just stay in this sort of left-handy lane. I want Avenue Montreuil. Has it changed? I think the street has changed a little bit. It could be Avenue Montreuil. That could be a left into Boulevard Joseph. Is there any traffic going that way? It looks like a one-way street, possibly. Nothing's going up it. We're still Avenue 10th December. Yeah, September. Avenue Montreuil. Is that that's Boulevard Joseph II. I'm on the knowledge. I could just see that signage there. It says Joseph II. We're turning left. We've got an optometrist, AKD, and then we go forward Boulevard Joseph II, forward Boulevard de la Foire, left Rue de Glacis. It's a one-way street, and then we're heading up towards a church. The church could be a good signifier for us. I vaguely remember practicing this yesterday on the map. It's sort of, yeah, it goes forward, it sort of bears out forward. Right, that's where the road name changes. I think we do a left at this kind of crossroady bits here, so I'm going to get into that left bit. Kirchberg, Natterberg, Hall Victor Hugo. Huh? That is where we're going. Right, stay in this left-hand lane then. Okay, yeah, Victor Hugo. What have we got around us? Bike dock on the right-hand side, Brasserie Theatre, left Boulevard Joseph II, you go past the church, you do that little shimmy, forward Boulevard de la Foire, and now we're going to get a left into Rue de Glacis. I know it sounds so crude that I'm repeating this, but this is literally just the repetition you have to do. So we're looking for Hall Victor Hugo, whatever the hell that is. So the airport's that way, which I know is east, and then we're going to be going north, and I can see the sun setting behind me, so that's west. Left Rue de Glacis. We're going to go forward because it's forward Avenue Victor Hugo. That's a right turn, so we don't need that. And next theatre stuff. I can't see, the road signages here are crap. Right, there's no one behind me, so we can calm down a little bit, Tom. Hall Victor Hugo will be on your right. That's it. Hall Victor Hugo. Bosh. That's the Hall Victor Hugo. One book done. Brasserie Victor Hugo, Avenue Victor Hugo. Must have been a notable geezer if the whole street is named after him. Everything on the street is named after him.
That's run number 1 done. Let's fast forward to the next day where I run the second route.
Before I move off, I need to actually see if I can remember the one I done from last night. Leave on left route to Longway. Forward Avenue du 10 September. Forward Avenue Montreuil. Left Boulevard Joseph II. Forward and bear right Avenue de la Foire. Left Avenue Victor Hugo. Boulevard de la Foire. Bosh! Sit down on right. Let's go run this route before Luxembourg gets a little bit too busy. Right, route 2, Michael Lewis High School. Leave on right Avenue Pasteur. Left Rue Jean Baptiste Frezes. Oh, look at that lovely morning sun in Luxembourg. Ain't that great? Left Jean Baptiste Frezes. It wasn't that one, was it? Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. Christ's sake, Tom. No, it's got to be lower down, isn't it?
Why am I learning the knowledge of Luxembourg? Well, I love to travel, I love to drive, but I particularly love the terra incognita. It's the idea that you have this blank area, and as you progress through that area, it becomes more and more visible and you connect it all together in your head, much like we had to do on the London knowledge. And secondly, kind of in a selfish fashion, I actually have 2 copies of the ApoE4 gene. On average, people with these genes are 8 to 12 times more likely to develop Alzheimer's. Studying the knowledge of London actually physically grows a region of your brain called the hippocampus. That's a small part that's to do with learning and memory. In fact, I actually had a brain scan with UCL where they studied my hippocampus, amongst other taxi drivers as well. So this is my way of keeping my brain active and possibly protecting against Alzheimer's in the future.
I mean, other than the one-way system in town, there's not a wild amount of restrictions here. I'm not seeing like no right turn signs and stuff like that. Jean Baptiste Frezes. Right Avenue Victor Hugo. Morning. He's got his baguette. Forward Avenue Data Point in there. Right, I know this now. Do I go down the rabbit hole of learning churches at Luxembourg? It is a very nice church there. Victor Hugo Hall. So invariably, I'd done a bit of this route last night getting back to the hotel. It's okay, because every day on the knowledge is a school day. Avenue de la Porte-Neuve. Yep, avenues have a distinct feel about them. This feels like an avenue. It looks like an avenue. Oh, walk of shame. Still wearing their Halloween costume from the night before. So we do a right on the Boulevard Royal. We know this. Hotel Le Royal. I think that's one of the main hotels in Luxembourg by the looks of it. Right, this is like shopping district centre. Left Boulevard Franklin de Roosevelt. So I'm going to be looking for a left at some point. Can't see one right away. Can't do a left there. Is it this left? Yes, because otherwise we go over the Pont Adolphe Bridge. A lot of war names around here in Luxembourg. Hello, taxi friend. Taxi drivers don't care. Like they're not like, oh, that's a cool taxi. Like maybe I'll buy one as my next one. No, they're just ignoring me. Oh, the taxi driver's moved up from earlier. He was still on that rank when I left earlier. I left Rue Chimay. Is this Rue Chimay? Yeah, Rue Chimay. So this is the only bits of the town I can really access. Right, Rue Notre Dame, and then we go forward, Rue de Glacis. So are we still on Notre Dame? I can't tell, and I've got a car behind me. But luckily, everyone in Europe is so calm. Rue de Glacis. Right, Grand Charlotte, that's her there. Right, I'm gonna stop here. That is the statue of Charlotte, Grand Duchess of Luxembourg. Can you see her? Set down on right. So quiet around here, like, bearing in mind it's like a Tuesday morning and like, it's like 8:30. Where is everybody? This is a capital city.
Much of Luxembourg is pedestrianised.
Is this allowed? Is this allowed? Is this allowed?
I interpret the highway code as access only and get to drive down some wonderful ancient streets.
This doesn't feel right. I mean, it's a right Rue de Spirit, like route, like road. There's cars here. Admittedly, it looks like a police car, but
Clear of the confusing road system, I use this as a chance to add points from the area.
Holy Ghost tattoo. Yeah, I'll grab that as a point. So that's Route 2 done. Monument of Remembrance to LUCA, Luxembourg Centre for Architecture. So by going right up there, that will take me back to the Monument of Remembrance. So, you know, I might as well get a right into my little Chimay route. The taxi driver's still there. Oh, mate. Zone, no 3.5 ton trucks. Right, I'm not 3.5 ton trucks, that's good. So, right, Rue Notre Dame. So that is Notre Dame. There you go. Lovely. And then we get left onto Rue de Fosse, which is this one. Forward Côte d'Itch. There's just nothing going on here. Like, Rue de Fosse, forward Côte d'Itch. When does it change? Côte d'Itch. Right, gotcha. Square looks kind of cool. Forward Côte d'Itch. Right, Boulevard Jean Olvelin.
And as expected at some point in this trip, I missed the turn into Boulevard Jean Olvelin.
Don't be a right there. Give way, give way, give way. You're giving way to me. Thank you. That's not a boulevard. Ah, it was Boulevard Jean Olvelin. Bollocks. So we did a right Boulevard Jean Olvelin. Forward and right Victor Fawn.
It's on this route where we touch some of the most beautiful roads in Luxembourg, looking down into the valley.
Ooh, what a lovely little road this is. Oh, look at the views down there. Doesn't say do a left down, so forward and right Victor Fawns. This is going to be Victor Fawn, I imagine. Yep. Ah, it's Boulevard Victor Fawn. Better put that on there. Bear left Monte de Classen. So over that direction. Which is going to be this. Oh, wow. Wow. Right, Rue de la Tour Jacob. Cimetiere du Bac. That's like the old medieval fortress, I think. Been in there once upon a time. Right, Rue de la Tour Jacob. This. No, that's like a car park. This one. I think. Yeah, Rue de la Tour Jacob. Because LUCA, Luxembourg Centre for Architecture, in the most ugliest building imaginable. This is very old towny now. Yeah, the pig, that's going to be a point, isn't it? Mausel. Nothing's open. What is going on in this place? It's like Silent Hill.
Ending run 3, I do a little bit of revision of the previously driven runs, but my brain is struggling to get going.
Bear left Monte de Clausen. Bear left Monte de Clausen. I need coffee.
As I'm in the old town of Luxembourg and nothing is open, I power on and begin run 4.
The next point is from Neumunster Abbey. Neumunster. That's probably why there's a bit more German this side, actually, thinking about it, because it's probably more medieval, so it would have been like the angles, maybe.
But beginning the run isn't that simple. When I mapped this out, Neumunster Abbey was incredibly close to the Luxembourg Centre for Architecture, if you're on foot or bicycle. By car, it's quite a bit of a diversion.
So we're going over the train line by the looks of it. Little fun, little bridges. You're telling me I've got to go up there? Yeah, but it says no cars. I haven't got a clue what I'm doing. Like, what on earth? Like, where am I? Oh dear, Tom. Oh dear.
And trying to be crafty, the roads just lead me back to where I was.
Honestly, it's like down there. Like, it's not far at all. I could walk it quicker. Let's try again. Where is everyone? This is like when you watch Wallace and Gromit as a kid, and it's like there's signs of civilization, but they're not here. Is the day after Halloween a bank holiday?
I eventually get my way to a suitable start point on the Pont Grand Bridge.
I'm as close as I can get to Neumunster Abbey what I can make out, because if I go that way, it says it's buses only. If I go this way, it says street kids only, and it's a no through route. So we're just gonna have to start from here, really. Lead by Remembrance, right Pont de Grand. So this is Pont, because Pont is bridge. Forward, Remembrance, left St Ulrich. This is Remembrance. That's left St Ulrich. Bear right, Rue de Prague. So it's not a bear right, it is actually like a right Rue de Prague.
It's not long before I start overthinking the route.
This doesn't feel right. Yeah, this is like a building site. What am I doing? I think you need coffee, Tom. That's Monte de Petrus, that's right. So this is Rue de la Prague. We go under La Passerelle Viaduct, which is what we just came in on. Right Boulevard de la Petrus, which I think is over the top. These are called Petrus restaurants and that. So right Rue de la Petrus, left Rue de Dix, which is that. Rue Dix. We get straight in there. So Rue Dix is just a one-way street, and then left Avenue de la Liberté, which is what this is. Yep, this all makes sense now. So the hotel is down in that direction there. That's quite a short run, actually. So for how much faffing around I had to get to the start.
Eventually getting the route done, I need somewhere to stop, refuel and go for a toilet break. Might not look it in this footage, but I'm incredibly stressed at this point.
Even McDonald's ain't open. But then there's loads of buses going around with no one on them. I thought it was on Boulevard Royal. Turns out I'm not. I'm just starting to get that then. Right, cut the cameras. GoPro, stop recording.
I managed to find the only coffee shop that seems to be open in Luxembourg, and it happens to be near my hotel, and I somehow work out the parking restriction.
Right, I got coffee in me. Found out why it's incredibly quiet on the streets in Luxembourg, and it's the fact that it's All Saints Day, which is effectively like Day of the Dead kind of stuff. And of course in Europe, you know, continental Europe, they adhere to bank holidays really well, whereby everything is pretty much shut. That came in really handy because this parking space, I didn't have to pay for parking because this zone free on bank holidays. You need the little downtime in between just to pull over, revise the runs that you've done, and then just get back out on your bike, in the car or whatever, and just go again. The great thing about the cab is that I've got this space to, you know, practice and revise. Neumunster Abbey to Gare de Luxembourg. These French names, man. Second one, Jean-Baptiste Froiset. Man, how am I going to do this? I feel a lot more confident now. Just stopping, having a break. Let's do this. Oh, great. I've got this all taped on here now. Central Boxing Club to DoubleTree by Hilton Luxembourg. Now this it's quite a long route, this one, but it's already borrowing roads that I've driven on. Rue Adolphe Fischer, and now we need to find this Central Boxing Club Luxembourg. That looks a bit too regal for a boxing club. Well, I can't see it. I can't see this boxing club. Right, we're going to have to get going. Left Rue de Hollerich, so I reckon it's going to be here because that's a no through road there. Okay, so give way. I am giving way. Don't go in the bus lane. Although taxis can use the bus lanes. And by law, I am a taxi. And then we're going to get right into Gare de Place. So I know that's Gare de Place because that's the station. Gare Place of the station. Okay, and I know I'm going to be getting a left soon. We're basically going over the railway bridge. I'm going to go back on ourselves in a more northbound direction. Left Rocade de Bonnevoie. I don't know what Rocade is though. It's not a bridge, is it? Because bridge is pont. So we're going to be getting a left. What a beautiful day it is here in Luxembourg. Honestly, this is wonderful. Just going to be someone in the comments going, "Tim, it's pronounced like this." Great. Please please let me know, because I learned so much through these YouTube videos. Slip road, maybe? It's like a slip road, isn't it? This is what actually gave me a lot of insight, you know, learning history in London, was you pick up by the street names. You're like, well, what does that street name mean? And you look into it. And so, I don't know, I'll have a look at Rock Island later and see what it is. But it can only be, that must be a slip road, which I know we're going to go past the Rotund, because the Rotund's there. Forward Rue de Laboratoire. Forward Rue de Bonnevat. Right, where did it change? Did it change? Well, the Rotundas is quite easy because they're old railway turning sheds, I imagine. Reappropriated though, because the gauge of railway is probably bigger. Much is the same case with the roundhouse in London. This is Rue de Laboratoire. Forward and bear left, Avenue de Charles de Gaulle. Avenue de Charles de Gaulle? Yeah, Avenue Charles de Gaulle. Forward and bear left. Left Boulevard des Avranches. So we're in the left-hand lane for that. And then we're going to get a right over La Passerelle Viaduct, which is that one there, which is what we went under when we was doing Avenue de Prague, which is over there. So that then becomes Petrus after this point. I love it when a light turns red because it gives you a bit of time to think. Right, Passerelle Viaduct. What's the difference between a viaduct and a bridge? Viaduct is a bridge, right? Yes, you go the centre that way. That's towards the centre. That's Notre Dame. Not the Notre Dame, it's a Notre Dame. So we go into the viaduct tunnel, which is all good. And this literally takes us right underneath that Charlotte Monument. I've done 33 kilometres today already. That ain't bad, is it? And we go forward and bear right, Côte d'Itch. This way, yeah, because it says DoubleTree Park Hotel. Right, now this is Côte d'Itch. Forward, place Francois Joseph d'Argent, and then right, Rue Augustus Laville. That is an impressive bridge. Look at that. There's no right turns here, but I do need a right into Augustus Laville. Great thing about this cab as well is you can change I've changed the kilometres. I can see my speed in kilometres, which is great, because you come and drive on the continent, bosh, kilometres. Clausen. No, Clausen was where we was earlier. That bridge by Bock to Casemates. But I've not seen a right turn other than that one. DoubleTree Park Hotel. I want to get a right here. This could be the right that I'm after. Hello, hello. This reminded me when I was doing bloody suburb runs and you end up in like Biggin Hill Airport or Northwood and you're like, where the bloody hell am I? Right, I think I'm on Route Auguste Lavelle. If not, I've gone wrong. Forward Route de Echternach and then left Route de Château. So forward Park Tree Hotel, DoubleTree, left. What's distinct here? Nice big park there. Right, now this looks familiar because that's a Chinese embassy over there. Look how cool an embassy that is. Oh my word, look at that. That's sick, isn't it? Look, it's got a little garden and a pond and stuff. Monte de Domodange, which would make sense. Rue Antoine François Van de Moulin. How the bloody am I going to remember that? Ah, forward Rue du Anglin, yeah. So that was like about 3 street changes quite quickly. That's the DoubleTree. That's the DoubleTree. It looks like a council block. Not gonna lie. Oh, there's parking for a taxi. I'm a taxi. It looks like the Barbican with glass. Bosh. DoubleTree by Hilton. Hello, mate. Bonjour. Sit down on right. What are we at? 10 to 11. Embassy of China to the Central Hospital of Luxembourg. Let me consult the map. I don't even think it'd actually be on this map because I actually went a little bit bigger than the area because we're actually, yeah, Domeldange. So we're up here, look. Learn Luxembourg City like a local only has this area. So I'm going a bit beyond. We're going out in the Domeldange. So it's pointless me looking at this map because it's not even in this book. So yeah, I wouldn't mind getting a quick snap of this Chinese embassy because it looks, look at it. It's just like a chateau. That is the Chinese embassy. There's a Chinese flag, there's a lake, there's even a little bridge over there as well somewhere around the corner. We've got to go that way and then we're going north, so we're going over there somewhere. Hello, taxi. The time is 3 minutes to 11. So basically give way to your right. Right, okay, we go. So leave by Monte de Dommage, forward Rue du Château, right Route de Echternach. Green means go. Forward Rue Auguste Laville. Going by my original tact was a smaller street, whereas route would possibly be something larger like this. I'm thinking it's going to happen once we get into this little bit just before the junction. Rue Auguste Lavelle. So that's Rue Auguste Lavelle. Cool. Let's go left there. Francois Joseph de Argent. Now, right into Mullenbach. I'm going to give this a go, this right. I don't know if it is the correct right, but there wasn't Route de Mullenbach. Well, that's saying about Route de Argent. Francois, a place de France.
And it wouldn't be a knowledge run if you don't doubt yourself about a turning somewhere along the route.
No, that's the name of the road that it must continue on around the corner. So this is not correct.
I actually do take the correct road here for Route de Mullenbach, but I doubt myself and I continue back towards the town direction.
These yellow markings are really cool. Why can't we do that in London? Look, it means this is temporary because look, this is temporary. Well, we'll see. If it's not the next one, might have to consult the map.
But this isn't bad news because en route I spot a road name that I saw on the map previously, Rue de Glacis.
Right, centre. What's this right? It's a hard right. Rue de Glacis. That's the wiggly road that will take you over to Avenue Victor Hugo. 100%. I think we've missed Mullenbach. Can't do a right here. We're now heading into the centre very quickly. Hall Victor Hugo. Nah, we could have gone via Rue de Glacis. I'm swiftly going to exit here. If I do a right towards Victor Hugo, see, this is all coming together now. We go up the avenue. This is Avenue de la Porte-Neuve. You get to that junction where you go forward into Victor Hugo, and we'll get the right there, and then that will lead us back to sort of where we was. Yeah, Rue de Glacis. It's going to be a wiggly sort of mountain road, I think. So I've gone wrong, but the great thing is I know what I'm doing to correct myself. It's because when I saw this on the map yesterday, it's quite a distinct, like, wiggly route. I think it's going to go, yeah, hard right down here. Rue de Glacis. At least it's, you know, a prominent road that if someone says it, like, yeah, I know that. And we can see that red bridge again that we was by earlier. So we're going to be getting a left here. Francois Joseph de Argent. I can't see any signage indicating that this is Rue de Mullenbach. And then it's become forward Rue de Rollegrand. Right, we're on Rue de Mullenbach, fine.
Physically suffering to find the correct turn is a great way to imprint it on your mind. The failures actually help in some ways. And it also leads to a little bit of detective work.
A lot of medical, or there's some medical, but there's a lot of medical there, tax, compliance services. Forward Rue de Mullenbach is going to be forward Rue de Rollegrand. So it's probably going to be after a junction or something where that road name's going to change, right? Rue Rollegrand, right, so right in that junction there, it's just changed. Now we're going to need a right at some point. Right, Val Saint Andre. Is it up here? Luxembourg Mullenbach? Maybe this. Right, Val Saint Andre. This ain't it either. Relax. Next one. Okay, well, we'll turn around here. That's the only issue. Everyone's looking at this cab, so it's not making indiscreet manoeuvres. Discreet, rather. I don't know why I just said indiscreet. That doesn't really make sense. Okay. Right. Val Saint Andre. It's probably going to come up with a sign for the hospital, right? Because hospitals are generally quite well signposted things. It's not going to be down like a little quiet side street now, is it? Possibly that one where they've just turned. Val Saint Andre. There we go. Is this my bare left into Rue Alexandre Fleming? It could be. Yes. And then we get a left into Nicholas Ernest Barbour. This is the problem with the knowledge. Certain stuff just happens so quickly. Which gives us to the hospital. I sat down on right somewhere. Yeah, over there. Centre Hospital de Luxembourg. Look at these, they charge up, look. They've got pantographs. Wow. They charge the buses up. Look at that. There are the pantographs. And that is the Centre Hospital Luxembourg. Oh, a taxi. Yes, please. Hello, mate. Can you take me to?
After hitting the halfway mark, I head to one of the only open establishments in Luxembourg, and that's a McDonald's on the Route de Arlon.
I already feel relatively confident about the rough road system. There is kind of a bit of like a ringway system in place. It's all well and good knowing there's big streets, but I just want to know if there's going to be a particular few routes or runs. When picking a smaller street, it's going to be the more optimum route, of course, rather than just... I want to pick up some more of those. So it's what, 11:45 now. I want to knock out these runs. If I can get, you know, 2 out an hour, that's going to yield me 3 hours to complete these. So that's going to get us to about 3 o'clock. Park the cab up for the evening, go get the bike out and just go pick up points, just points of interest in Central. We're about to go start run number 7, starting from the cemetery.
So we're going to go to the Grand Duke Jean Museum of Modern Art, which is also Fort Thungen. It's weird, I'm in a capital city, but you've got so much greenery. So weird that they would ever have a traffic problem in Luxembourg. I don't understand it. This area of Luxembourg is called Bel Air, like, you know, the western part. So we leave on left Rue Jean Wittenauer and we go left into Rue de Opine, which is this long road here. Seems odd to have a set of traffic lights at the end here. Look at me, I'm in Luxembourg and I'm already critiquing right Avenue Gaston Diedrich. And then we get a right onto N51. Presumably, I don't know the name of the road. So N51 would indicate, I guess, quite a large road. When you pull this up on a map, I think on Google Maps or whatever, it'll give you this as one option. This is kind of like the avoiding the main road options, or you have main road options. And invariably we're cutting out traffic lights coming along here, which is nice. So I've got to give way to the right. If someone comes out there, bosh. Just treat it like a mini roundabout. Everywhere is a mini roundabout. Why can't they put a mini roundabout in? Because they've got to go around and put that signage 4 times around there. Whereas if you have a mini roundabout, you have one thing in the middle that you look at. We're going to be close to where we started last night. Right, this must be the right into N51, so follow that. You're going to be left into Avenue Monterey. Boulevard Grand Duchess Charlotte. She was the lady on the statue. We'll be going over the bridge of Duchess Charlotte, Pont Grand. So I'm starting to get clues now. That's Avenue Monterey, because that is the AKG building, or whatever I called it. Avenue 10 September, so the Theatre Royal's that way. Could we get a right into here? Yeah, we could. We're going to be taking a left. Ah, so you've got to come down to come back up. Nice. Okay, I'm sort of understanding this now. AKD, that was the building. So we're going to get a left. Yeah. That's Winston Churchill Square, I believe. Yeah, a place Winston Churchill. I think they call it a square, but it lays out like a square like you would do in London. So Boulevard Joseph II, and you start seeing that church up in there. Boulevard de la Foi is up there. That's where you get the forward Boulevard de la Foi. Forward Boulevard Robert Schumann. Now Robert Schumann, I would believe, would be near the Schumann Brasserie, or Brasserie Schumann. Do we want to get in that tunnel? Yeah, we want forward Robert Schumann, so we don't want to get in the tunnel, because this is how you get to Avenue Victor Hugo. Avenue Victor Hugo's over there.
Now, to save all the footage of me missing the tunnel, then coming back round on myself to get the tunnel, I'll just show you the footage after the tunnel.
Forward Boulevard Robert Schumann. Ah, I could have stayed in the tunnel. The tunnel would have led me here, you tit. Right, this is forward Pont Grand Duchess Charlotte.
The massive red bridge from earlier.
That is an impressive bridge. Look at that.
But in my head, I haven't linked the two up yet. Now, the fact that this is the giant red bridge does click in later on in the video. So do stay tuned for that point when my brain mentally makes the connection.
Another bridge. Forward, this is going to be Avenue John Kennedy. That looks prominent with all those flags outside. Yeah, Rue de Fort Thungen. Right, careful of the pedestrians. Okay. Under the tunnel, is there a drop off? That's a service entrance for the hotel, presumably. So you drop the Melia there. Rue de Fort Thungen. So that's when it becomes a one way, and you can also go that way, but you can also turn back round on ourselves. Right, that's cool. So where is this Grand Duke Museum then? I think it is a case, that's it there. So it's a case of dropping people in and going, there you go, walk over there. A bit like when you drop the Tate.
Now, when I drop at Fort Thungen, I actually spot another potential run that I hadn't mapped out. And it's using this road called Rue Jules Wilhelm. And it joins Fort Thungen, the Melia Hotel, the new business district, down to the Old Town area. So it makes sense for me to go and join it all up.
Rue de Fort Thungen, here we go. This seems to be the theme with one-way streets I've seen. They have this like gutter running down the middle of them. It's kind of clever. It sort of indicates that you can't actually get 2 cars along here. There's a lot of design choices in Luxembourg that I like. I mean, this is beautiful, isn't it? It's just another world, isn't it? It's just, why do I drive in the stress of London? You know, when you could be here in beautiful Luxembourg. Look at that, Notre Dame Cathedral. We'll take this as a point. This is the tower of sorts, but we're having that as a point. This is super cool. He just gave me the okay. And I'm thinking we want to go that way to LUCA. That's a railway bridge. Right, a stop sign. First one I've seen actually. We must actually stop for a good second or so. Have a little looky and we'll go.
Now, getting down to this old town area and being right next to the Luxembourg Centre for Architecture, my brain again is being so slow and it hasn't joined it all up.
It just all looks new again though. No, I'm getting proper lost now.
It's only as I start going up Mount de Clausen towards Boc du Casemates that I realise exactly where I am.
Look at Luxembourg Centre for Architecture. Where could you be? Well, I haven't come up this road before. Now we're going back into the centre now. Ah, right. That looks like Clausen. Yeah, I have been up here. I've been down this because this is Boc du Casemates. Yeah, we did do this. So you come down Boc du Casemates, Monte de Clausen, and then we got right into Pont de la Tour Jacob. Amazing how it just sort of snaps into play. I mean, I was only here this morning. You go over this little bridge, and then yeah, you get a right, and that pulls you into that place. And I'm actually going to do a right because I do just want to drive it to see how this works. So you go a right into here, you come out by the pig, you get a right over this bridge, Mausel, and then yeah, you can then take that left to take you back up to Mount Clausen. Cool, innit? That works. Mount de Clausen, yeah, up there, back to Boc du Casemates. Okay, right, we came this way. So now I've got to get back up that ridge.
I have a final drive in this area before going back up Rue Jules Wilhelm.
Everybody turns and looks.
Once again, I point out the Grand Duchess Charlotte Bridge, that massive red one.
That's that bridge that we drove past earlier when we went out to DoubleTree.
And it's only at this moment when I realise that I've gone across it and it all clicks together in place.
Oh, that bridge, for f***ing sake, it clicks. That's the Grand Charlotte Bridge. You tit, Tom. I need to get back on that bridge to get ourselves to the stadium for the next point. If you could just see what's going on in my brain right now, stuff's clicking. It's going click, 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 click. I'm like, ah. It's like there's two people on Fort Knox with like the two keys and they're turning at the same time. And that's just my brain just gone, yeah. That is hilarious.
That's the terra incognito moment, when that map just gets uncovered.
Back up then. Back up, back up. Tell me what you're gonna do now. So we get back up there. We've then got to start at the National Sports and Culture Centre. Another bridge. It's like bridge over bridge. And then somehow we want to get a left and come up onto Avenue John F. Kennedy. That's the European Parliament. Okay, nice. The European Convention Centre. There's so many things I need to learn here.
Getting really deep into this knowledge process, I am picking up points left, right and centre, as though I am actually learning the taxi knowledge of Luxembourg. And I think it's overwhelming me at this point. I'm going into a little bit too much detail.
So the mama shelter is like there. So this is where you'd set them, right? Rue de Fort Nudegrundwald. No, the road over there. Does this join up though? I don't think it does. This is like pedestrianised. Rue Johannes Kepler. There probably is an entrance that side, but there's stairs down there. So you drop a disabled person off, you're screwed. Jesus, just making a rod my own back here, Tom.
I've still got 5 more runs to go and run, remember, learn some points and get revising. So if I don't get a move on, this could all end in tears.
European Convention Centre, Luxembourg. Where would I drop there? I think I'd go forward. I mean, you can left and right into it. I'm getting overwhelmed with this now. I'm just trying to just get back to the routes, Tom. You're only on Route 8, way behind schedule.
There's also a shock revelation that I might have missed a whole area of Luxembourg City.
Staring at this for like the past 5 minutes. And I'm like, I have no idea when any of that
And how will I fare in my examination? Well, you can check that out in part 2 over here.